Nagoya at 6 p.m. On Thursday, the 13th of November, training at the Toyota Stadium, Aichi at 6 p.m. And on Friday, match day, Japan versus Ghana, 7 p.m. Japan time, 10 a.m. Ghana time, and the game will be played at the Toyota Stadium in Aichi. On Saturday, the players will depart for Seoul, and on Sunday, they train in Seoul at 6 p.m. On Monday, they train again in Seoul at 6 p.m. and match day versus South Korea, 7 p.m. South Korea time, 10 a.m. Ghana time on Tuesday, the 18th of November, 2025. So that's the plan for the Stars as they tour Asia in preparation for next year's World Cup. Coach Otuado has put up a 22-man squad with notable absentees. Jordan Ayew is not part of the squad. Kudus Mohammed, Jiku, Thomas Partey, Isahaku. All of them are notable absentees as Otuado tries to fine-tune the squad for next year's World Cup. Share your thoughts with us on the squad. Who should have been part of the team? Who should have been taken out of the team? Or who shouldn't have been part of this team? Share your thoughts with us. 0542 571061. 0542 571061. Well, this is the squad Otuado has put out, and if you have any comments, if you have any concerns, if you have anything to say about what the Black Stars game against Japan, what kind of team we should put up, give us a call. 0542 571061. 0542 571061 or 030 279 4805. 0302 79 4805. Give us a call and share your thoughts on Otuado squad. And if you want to speak about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and their decision to boycott training ahead of their World Cup playoff game against Gabon in a bonus dispute, you can share your thoughts with us as well on the show this morning. I have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, good morning, Ray. This is Annabelle, McCarthy Hill.
Annabelle, let's hear you this morning.
Yes, sir. Good. I think the Super Eagles, the country is not being fair to the players. How can you let your boys play matches for how many years? 2 years. How many matches? 30-something matches without giving them their bonuses. And when the boys strike, you will say they are not being patriotic here and there. I mean, how? How many years does a footballer have to play football? Less than 15 years. That is their lifespan, though. So you don't think about their club earnings, but when you call them to national team, you give them exactly what they deserve. You've been spending the money, and you are lying to them that you spend the money on project that doesn't exist. Meanwhile, you have spent the money. And what they are doing, there is a precedent. They did some to previous players, and they disbandled the team as soon as the money came. The World Cup qualification. So the boys have kept quiet for too long. We don't have to treat our players like that. How many times do we hear this from European countries? Players that are fighting, flying the flag higher for the country. Some of these politicians and football people, they sit in the office, they just have to spend the money, and the real actors of the game are suffering. And when we come back to Black Stars too, I don't know, but I don't know why we are not taking this particular match serious. First of all, we didn't qualify for the Cup of Nations. We don't have any important and better match to play before the World Cup. Now we get Japan, one of the best teams in the world right now, and we want to test our team to see this qualification we play. What are the better teams we played? We didn't play any better team, my brother. Am I lying?
Yeah, you're right.
We didn't play any better team. So once we've gotten Japan and these Koreans, we should have paraded our full arsenal to face them to see how we will fare when we meet the big boys. We didn't meet any of the big boys in Africa. We played these Comoros people here and there, and we qualified, and we've gotten the opportunity to play Japan. The boys are being lackadaisical, and the authorities are also sitting there watching them. Where I ask some of these people that we have carried them to go and play this, now what are we going to do? Well, let's see. I pray they don't give us woto. To disgrace Asari for us. Already people are making agenda to take him out of the team. So if they go and put him in this match, looking at this team that we have, and the keeper receives it woto, we'll come back and say the guy is not good.
Right.
Somebody to come and continue.
Thank you very much, Anubil, for joining us on the show this morning. You can also give us a call 054 257 1061 or 030 279 4805 030 279 4805 or 054 257 1061. I have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Good morning.
Yes. Let's hear you this morning.
This is Ellie from Spinters.
Right, Ellie. Let's hear you.
Okay, so I don't agree with the previous caller. He should know that. Sinaman, we are not playing the AFCON. Ghana is not going to play in the AFCON. So, and the friendly match is in this November. The players are in the middle of a heated season. We'll play the World Cup in 7 months' time. So this friendly match, I said we should go and test our arsenal. We are testing our arsenals against what? Against a tournament that will be coming up in 7 months' time. A lot can change between now and 7 months' time. You and I know you are a football person. Raymond, you've been following football. I started following not today. You've been following football for a very long time. You have these friendly matches. Some of them are needless. This Nigerian team and this community, they are playing World Cup qualifiers. But Ghanaians, we've qualified already. We are not going to play the AFCON in December. So that maybe next one we have an AFCON. So we have to use our full arsenal to go and test to go and test our might against Japan and Korea. We'll be playing the World Cup next year, May, June, which is 7 months from today. So I don't agree with we using our full squad, and we know that we are in a heated season. We see Tottenham, see Bournemouth, see all these clubs. They are all trying to compete. You see, so I don't agree with that. So we should use these French players to go and play the friendly match. Our top stars should go and play their competitive season and see whether they can win laurels with their club. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Ellie, for joining us on the show this morning. And Ellie believes that, maybe the players should just concentrate on their club sites and then just allow us to go and, have a run out there against Japan and South Korea. Well, that's his opinion. I have another caller. Hello, good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
My daddy like a Raymond. I'm calling from Australia. My name is Katel.
Let's hear you this morning.
Raymond, I want to ask you, the players that they have called, I think we are in support of Coach Otado to take us to the World Cup. I'm part of the provision of support of Coach Otado to stay. Okay. In fact, and players that are not ready to this, not that they are not ready. We know that Partey, Kudus, those are our key players. They are informed, but they are not informed. They want to fight their position for their clubs, especially like Partey like this. So not players giving excuse. I'll be very happy for that. Let's use these guys to play these 2 friendly matches. We are not going to lose. You can't say Japan is the best team, but it's not the best team. We also have the best team. We also have the quality. Any players that they have called, this is a test to you. This is a provision to you. This week, this guy, they call, what did the name say? Chalobah. So do you want to say Chalobah have not been good to England? He's still there waiting for the chance to come. So when they give them the chance, they shouldn't feel it like that. They should use it. I think these players that we have called will be the best see that we'll use to play these friendly matches and select the best players among them. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. Let me speak to another caller. Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Right. Let's hear you.
If
Can you speak up for me a bit?
Okay, we are talking. If you think the top to want to be good coach, it's just like this guy, Pesco telling me Nicolas Jackson saying you are a good striker. You don't talk to me. Oh, kind. Fine. When you and I agree, them two of them, sir. I'm going to sir. So, and also with the Black Stars call up and everything, I feel isn't it a good time for us to even invite these Nketia them so they see that now they won't play. Isn't it the right time for us to even do that? When we still go with some NBA players.
No, for a player like Nketia, I think he's not switched nationality yet.
But now they say they won't play for us. So it's an opportunity. So if they really say that they won't play now, it's a perfect time for us to invite them.
Well, it would have been a perfect time to invite them. But once they haven't openly said they want to play for Ghana and initiated processes to switch nationality, I think it's definitely going to be a very tough ask. Well, maybe, yeah, in my opinion.
Then the reality is this friendly match, you go collect water. It's not even that you have to go collect water and come back. Really. Charlie, make somebody to call so. I beg said.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. I'm speaking about the Black Stars and the games they have ahead of them against Japan and South Korea. And the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they have decided to boycott their playoff game. In fact, boycott training ahead of their playoff game against Gabon. Let me remind you that there are two games that will be played in this playoffs. Cameroon will play DRC and Nigeria will play Gabon. All of those games will be happening tomorrow. Let me speak to my next caller. Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. So my name is Maxwell. I'm calling from Chado.
Maxwell, let's hear you.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm a bit surprised the contribution from the earlier callers. Okay. I mean, we are building a team, and it takes time to build a team and gel. And if you look at the kind of competitions we've had, I mean, in the past, playing against minnows you can call. So we're building a team, and it starts from somewhere. So for me, I think that our management might be serious and take some of these matches serious. I mean, Japan and Korea, apart from rankings, I mean, these are top national teams in the world, and we should have taken advantage of it and then build on our team. But no, I mean, some will say, well, it's too far. I mean, journey for 20 hours, 18 hours. But we've had other national teams that have gone there and they've used it to build their team. And then on Nigeria, I think our brothers, I don't know what happens. But this one, I agree with the players. I think that the players should stay off. The management and the nation of Nigeria should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, a country with over 200 million, and they cannot pay their players, the bonuses. It's so shameful. But I wish them well. I'm actually be rooting for, Gabon to whip them like that. So yeah, have a nice day.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. This is still the Sporty Breakfast live on Sporty 106.1 FM. I have a next caller on the line. Hello, good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Sankoja.
Kwesi, let's hear you.
Okay, my problem with the Black Star is the midfield department, it seems Otoado has failed Ghana. If you look at our past coaches, there were times coaches, even foreigners, have been able to identify players, moving them from even defense to augment the midfield. I remember Sam Johnson, he's playing this. So this man has been in Ghana for all these years. He could go to any region and identify players for us. So apart from Partey and Sibo, I don't know why he has been doing all this while. So our midfield is very limited, and we could expose and disgrace. So I'm urging you, since you have the platform, kindly hammer on this issue before we are exposed at the World Cup. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. And he has concerns about the midfield of Otto Addo. And even in this squad, he's named Francis Abu, Prince Owusu of Midiama, Christopher Bozuba, Al Katsia, Kwesi Sibo, and Kamaldeen Sulemana. These are the midfielders that have been named in the squad. We'll see how he shuffles his pack when he takes on Japan in that international friendly, and South Korea as well. Let me get onto the phone lines and speak to my next caller. Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from? Good morning to your name and where you're calling us from. Okay, I think I don't have a caller now. Let me continue. I was just reviewing the squad, and I think, yes, just a few, 5 midfielders. Kamaldeen Sulemana is a winger. Christopher Bonsuba is a winger as well. Prince Owusu definitely will be playing as number 10, possibly. Kwesi Sibo, defensive midfielder. Francis Abu has a bit of compact midfield play about him. So, these are the 5 midfield options Coach Otoado has announced. And we also have Kelvin Nkrumah, Midiama as forward, Prince Osewusu, FC Montreal forward, Prince Edu Kwabna, Victoria Pilsen forward, Brandon Thomas Asante, Coventry City, and then Antoine Semenyo, AFC Bournemouth. Maybe Coach Otoado wants to see what his forwards can do. Maybe trying to look at options in place of Inaki Williams, trying to figure out which players can deliver for him on the job. But let me get onto the phone lines and then speak to former Ghana international, who these days is the head coach of the under-15 national team. And yes, Coach Yao Preko is on the line to share his thoughts on the Black Stars' upcoming friendlies with me. Coach, good morning to you and welcome to Sporty Breakfast.
Good morning.
Great.
See, you've called me this morning to interview me. You don't even know my position in the national team.
No, I know you are the head coach of the Ghana under-15 national team.
Wrong.
Oh, okay. And coach, I'm sorry about that. Coach, please update me on your current position in the national team.
Timota will tell you because you should have known. Hey.
Oh, coach. I mean,
this one there.
This one there. Forgive me, coach. This one there. Forgive me.
You come and call me.
Coach,
you don't even know my
coach.
position.
This one there. Coach. This one there. Forgive me.
When I go a little bit up, and you are bringing me down.
Coach, this one there.
Then you want me to come and talk about Otoado and his team?
Oh no, coach. This one there. Forgive me. This one, my bad. Forgive me, coach. Oh. But Immortal is doing the correction. So
he's doing the correction.
Yes,
okay. Yes. I'm the assistant coach of the U23 now.
Oh, okay. So, so Coach Yao Preko is the assistant to the under 23 national team, the Black Meteor. So he's the assistant coach for the Black Meteor. So, Coach, my apologies for the demotion.
Apology accepted.
Right. Coach Otoado dropped his 22-man squad for the friendly games against Japan and South Korea, and with notable absentees, Kudus, Thomas Partey, Jiku, and the like. What do you make of the squad and the commentary around missing some of our key players?
I think he wants to take a good look at some important positions that he need to fill. That's the reason why he did that. Because the Kudus and we've seen them all. I even thought Samenyo will be out because whatever we want to see about him, these are the matches that you give some of the boys a break for them to rest. But anyway, it's all to. I don't know why he invited Samenyo, but probably he wants the upfront to be. He doesn't want the upfront to be too new. So he added Samenyo. But there are a few names that we've not heard, but I'm a bit curious to see what they will bring on board.
Right, Coach. I know you'll be very interested in the local boys in the squad. You see two players from Midiama. I see in there. There's Prince Owusu of Midiama named as one of the midfielders. There's Prince. There's another Kelvin Nkrumah from Midiama SC who's been named as a forward, and of course Benjamin Asari, the local, the Hearts of Oak goalkeeper. What do you make of the introduction of the local boys in the team, especially the two Midiama players? What do they? I know you've watched these boys in the local league. What do they bring to this team?
They have what it takes. The two of them, I've seen them play, and tactically and technically they are very, very good. But when it comes to the national team, most of them, when they are invited, they go in there and choke. I just want them to open doors for the local based players, because what more can you ask for than a friendly match, not a difficult match. This is just a tournament for you to showcase your capabilities, for you to open doors and tell the coach that the local based players are waiting for you to give them opportunity to express themselves. So these are matches that they need to go and like I said, I've seen them play and they have what it takes. So let's see how they perform if the opportunity is given to them.
Right. Coach, there's this argument, or a lot of people believe that the Black Stars have already qualified for the World Cup, yes. But they never really got tested in games against Chad, Comoros, Central African Republic, and the likes. And so getting the opportunity to play high-profile games against teams like Japan and South Korea, Coach Otuado should bring his best materials, in fact, his key performance, so that we can assess the Black Stars' performance against top-quality sides like Japan. What do you make of this argument? And do you agree with people who hold the view that we should have brought our best players to this Asian tour?
But I don't believe this Japan match or South Korea Japan match will be the last high-profile match. Probably before the World Cup, the management, the FA, they are putting some friendly matches together. Last season, we played 4 years ago. We played 3 years ago. We played Brazil and some other countries. So from now till June, it's
a long time.
It's a long distance. So I don't think. Like I said, players who hit form, players who lose form, and players who get injured, and it's a long season. So let's wait. These are the matches that will come, and probably difficult matches will come. And before the tournament, you might have 2 or 3 strong opposition, and that's when you test your players. But if you put them in a tough opposition now, I believe you might not gain anything, because we still have a long way to go.
Right. But Coach, before you go, in these 2 games against Japan and South Korea, what should Ghanaians be expecting? Should we be concerned about the results that will come from this game, or we should just allow the technical team to just focus on what's there and try and see which other players can come in and support as we seek to put together a strong team for the World Cup? Should we be concerned about the outcome of this game?
I don't know. I think we should just let the technical team do what they intend to. I believe that they want to see some new boys, and then see where they feel they fall short and they want to patch. So we should just we should just relax. We've qualified for the World Cup. We've not even started preparation yet. Some other countries are still playing qualifiers. We should take it easy and then take it game after game. If where he feels there is so that he needs to, bring in a player to test to try, let's support him. And then I strongly believe a couple of months before the tournament, he will have a fair idea of what he wants to, put on board for us to go and enjoy the World Cup.
Right, Coach Yao Preku, let me say a big thank you to you for joining us on the show this morning, and I wish you well in your new role as assistant coach for the men's under-23 national team, the Black Metros. I wish you well, sir.
All right.
Okay, right. So that was Coach Yao Preku. He is the assistant coach of the Ghana under-23 men's national team, the Black Meteors, sharing his thoughts with us on the Black Star squad and the games coming up against Japan and South Korea. Well, initially, I referred to him as the coach of the under-15 boys. Yes, I referred to him as the head coach of the men's under-15 team, but we were actually corrected. He's the coach, assistant coach of the under-23 national team. He will be assisting Desmond Ofe in that new role. Apologies to coach. This is still the Sporty Breakfast live on Sporty 106.1 in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, and 91.3 in Kumasi. And this is Ghana's #1 sports breakfast show, talking about the Black Stars now. Discussion centered around the squad for the tournament, especially the players that Otuado has invited. I think we would have to manage what's in camp at the moment, because there's been mass withdrawals from some of our key players. Kudus Mohammed will not be part of this team. Thomas Partey would also not be part of this team. And you also have players like Alexander Jiku missing this game. But coach has named a strong team that should be able to hold their own against Japan and South Korea. Let me take you through the squad again. Goalkeepers Joseph Annan, Lawrence Atisigi, and Benjamin Asari. Defenders Derek Atakon, Jerome Opoku, Jonas Ajete, Caleb Yuenchi, Gideon Mensah, Mohamed Salisu, Ebenezer Annan, Kojo Opompepra, and Alidu Seidu. Midfielders, you have Francis Abu, Prince Owusu, Christopher Bonsuba, Kwesi Sibo, and Kamaldeen Sulemana. And the forwards, you have Kelvin Nkrumah, Prince Osewusu, Prince Edu Kwabna, Brandon Thomas Asante, and Antoine Semenyo. The Black Stars played their first game against Japan on the 14th of November 2025 at the Toyota Stadium in Aichi. That game would be at 10 a.m. Ghana time, 7 p.m. Japan time. And on Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025, we play against South Korea at the Seoul World Cup Stadium at 10 a.m. Ghana time, 7 p.m. South Korea time. He will still be seeking opinion from experts on this Black Star squad and what lies ahead of them. But later on in the show, we'll also go straight to Morocco and find out exactly what's happening in the camp of the Super Eagles Nigeria. They play in the Africa playoffs for the World Cup Intercontinental Playoff spot. It's the semi-final of that particular playoff. Nigeria play Gabon at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and Cameroon take on DRC at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Winners of these games will play in the final, and the winner from Africa will be joining other teams or other qualifiers from other continents in the Intercontinental Playoff for Africa's possible final spot at next year's World Cup. Africa could gain yet another slot if Nigeria, Gabon, Cameroon, or DRC make it to next year's World Cup. That's all to play for in this particular playoffs, but focus still on the Black Stars of Ghana. They would be featuring in 2 international friendly games in Asia. And Coach Otuado would be looking at what his team would look like in the absence of some of his key players, which players could come in and fill the void, maybe at the World Cup, or maybe in other friendly matches. Otuado will be looking at other options. He did same in the Unity Cup that was held a few months ago. And there's an opportunity for him to again look at his squad and assess his team and see which players can do battle in the absence of some of his key starters. His journey to the West, they call it. A lot of players had to travel 20 hours from Accra to Japan. Kawawa knows all about that. It's a very long journey. Talking about the squad, Coach Otuado gave debut call-ups to Kelvin Nkrumah, who plays for Midiama SC, Prince Osei Owusu, who plays for CF Montreal, and Prince Kwabena Edu, who plays for Victoria Pilsen. Now, let me tell you a bit about these players. Now, the player, Prince Kwabena Edu, is a former player of Bechem United, and he's been very consistent for his club side, Victoria Pilsen, in Czech Republic, and he's been given a chance to fight for a place in the team ahead of the World Cup. Now, FC Montreal striker Prince Osei Owusu, who played the last 2 seasons for Toronto FC, scoring 9 goals in 31 games, was born in Germany, and Owusu is a product of the VfB Stuttgart Academy, where he began his professional playing career with the reserve team in 2015. He joined TSG Hoffenheim in 2017, scoring 17 goals over 2 seasons. In 2018, Owusu continued his path in the Bundesliga 2 with Arminia Bielefeld before going on loan to German 3rd division side TSV 1860 Munich. Now he scored 8 goals and 6 assists in all competitions. And he has been on the radar of the Black Stars technical team following his consistent performances for his club. And he will be expecting to possibly lead the line for the Stars and could possibly nail a spot in next year's World Cup tournament. Also in the squad is Midiama SC's winger Kelvin Nkrumah, who has taken the ongoing Ghana Premier League by storm, helping his side reach 2nd spot in the league table with dazzling performances. Kelvin won gold with the Black Satellites at the African Games football tournament in 2024 and is expected to be one of the key players in this particular Asian tour. He's expected to be one of the important additions to the Black Stars forward line. We wish the debutants the best of luck. Kelvin Nkrumah, Prince Osei Owusu, and Prince Kwabena Edu. And like I said earlier, the Black Stars would begin training today in Nagoya. 6 p.m. the Black Stars would be training. So that'll be 6 p.m. Japan time, I'm sure. So that would mean in the next 2 hours the Black Stars would be training, or wait, in the next hour the Black Stars should be training in Nagoya. And on Thursday they train at the Toyota Stadium in Aichi. That's going to be the match venue for Friday's game. And on Friday, they play against Japan at 7 p.m. Japan time, 10 a.m. Ghana time. And on Saturday, they depart for Seoul. On Sunday, they train in Seoul. On Monday, they train again at the Seoul World Cup Stadium. And on Tuesday, they play against South Korea. So that's the schedule for the Black Stars as they seek to begin preparations, as they seek to shuffle the pack ahead of next year's World Cup. I'll be speaking to Coach Christopher Nimley in the next few minutes. He'll be sharing his thoughts on Coach Otoado's squad, as well as what we should expect going into these games. Well, I have an important message from MTN for you. Have you guys heard of the latest from MTN? If not, listen. For those of you who love MTN Free After One, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. Now, let me tell you what Extra is all about. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk. Which means for every 10 minutes you talk within an hour, you pay for only the first minute. And you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. The call won't cut for you to say, oh, let me call you back and then another minute is gone. No. It's uninterrupted 60 minutes. And if you like that, that's not just it. There's more to add to this package. On Saturdays, you get 100 megabytes of data for the first call, after the first call you make on Saturday. So if you wake up on Saturday and you place a call, MTN rewards you after that call with 10 megabytes of data. 100 megabytes of data, sorry. So you see, now the time to talk extra with all the people you love is here. And thanks to MTN, you get a chance to talk uninterrupted 1 whole hour and pay for just the first minute for every 10 minutes. To subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today, just dial *550#. Just dial *550# and follow the voice and follow the prompts, and follow the prompts and be part of this package. Coach Christopher Nimley is on the line. And Coach, good morning to you and welcome to Sporty Breakfast.
Good morning to you, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Great. How you? Oboda is going to be our main man in Morocco for the playoffs. Yes, the African playoffs. Yes, he's going to be the main man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so he'll be bringing us updates from Morocco.
That's right. That's beautiful.
Right. Coach, how have you been?
Charlie, I've been cool, Charlie. One of these days, we really need to sit down and talk.
Yes, sure. Coach, we'll make that happen.
Sure.
Coach, we've been waiting for the squad. Yesterday, Coach Otoado dropped his 22-man squad. What are your impressions of the squad and the notable absentees? First of all, what do you make of the absentees? Most of the players say they have knocks, they have injuries. Well, I don't know if the medical team have verified that or not. Some say some of these players are going to be untouchables in the squad, and so maybe, they are beginning to feel some of these games are not important, or some of these games they wouldn't want to risk themselves for it. What do you make of the absentees? Kudus Mohamed, Thomas Partey, Alexander Jiku, Ishahaku. Let's talk about the absentees first.
Okay. Good morning again to your discerning listeners, and I'm so privileged to be on this very renowned, established program every morning. I've got a bit of a mixed feeling, because I want to treat it on an individual basis. But before I call that, if there's any player who has absent himself due to injury, then that is justified. Because you don't want to take a half-fit player to play into any game. I'm completely against the situation where players are injected, players are not fit, and they are forced to go and play football. The only successful outcome is that you end up aggravating the injury. And if care is not taken, the player may have to sit out for a longer period than if he had not been risked. So if, like I said, if genuinely these boys are injured, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I won't field an injured player in any game, no matter how intense or because don't forget, in 2006, I remember at the AFCON, we went with a half-fit Stephen Tonado Appiah. And believe you me, that is the worst I have seen of the Ghanaian captain or the then Ghanaian captain by his very high standard, he just couldn't match up to it, and everything about him was so poor. And I was one of those who sincerely believed that we should have taken another player in his presence. A fully fit player would have given us a bit more. But I understood at the time the importance of Stephen Appiah to the team and why the technical team would take that risk. But the bottom line still remained that once he was not fit, there wasn't the need. And you remember my stand on the Wakaso issue. Some people took Wakaso to the AFCON, collected appearance fee, and we knew at the time he was not fit. He was not going to play. Why did we do that? Unacceptable. That thing successfully has been swept under the carpet by the big men in charge. But as a country, we should learn from that. Now, once a player is not fit, then there's no need to force him to come and play. But again, I was listening to the program. You see the way the established national teams will do their own. You don't sit somewhere and say you are not fit. You come down and get our medical team to confirm that yes, indeed, you are not fit. We just saw what the Spanish FA have done with that of Lamine Yamal. He's not fit. He presented himself, they assessed the situation, and they've admitted that, look, yes, he's not. But this is a player who, when fit, we know his outcome. Would you want to put him out there, half fit, and not get the best out of him, put him under the spotlight, people criticize him for the wrong reason, not knowing what exactly the problem is with him? You don't want to do that if you're a national team coach. But then, having said that, again, I am a bit not comfortable because it's the players calling in. If what you've been saying is true, the player are calling in to say they are not fit. You don't want that. No player has the right to pick and choose games that they think they want to play in or not to play in. So that, again, must be established. Then I'm one of those who believe that because we couldn't qualify for the AFCON, every single game we play in from now to the day we go to the World Cup should not be approached with that friendly mentality. If you are a coach and you're on top of your job, you should see that we're not getting the chance to assess our team competitively on the continent of Africa next month in Morocco. Every game, including this Japan and Korea game, should be treated with all seriousness because these are the only competitive games you play in to get to understand how your players will handle the quality of opposition. I remember some time back when you interviewed me, and I said that per what we faced during the qualifiers, the countries we faced, every coach in Ghana will qualify the team if you are on top of your job. So we shouldn't overly praise Otuado. Yes, he's done well, but under the circumstance, I would have qualified the team to the World Cup. You would have qualified the team to the World Cup. And for that matter, every coach in Ghana, certified coach, would have qualified the team for the World Cup. Some people came for me as if I was overly rating myself. But the fact remains the fact. If you are playing against Child, if you are playing against the likes of Madagascar and co, and you don't qualify, it is unacceptable. So yes, he did well, but we shouldn't blow it out of proportion. This is the time. This is the same coach who did not qualify our team to the AFCON. He's denied us the opportunity of assessing this team properly before the World Cup. So therefore, these are the games that he should be very, very sound and clear to the players that, look, because we will not be here, we need this game for me to perfect some few things. Look, truth be told, if I was to call the team, I would have absented Thomas Partey, even if he's fit. And my reason for that, I believe strongly this team needs to be assessed in the absence of Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
He's the only untouchable, in my view, in this team. Every other player in the team we can do without.
Right.
But to me, we cannot do without Thomas Partey. So I would have rested him for this and see how this team will perform without him. And that will inform a very good tactical and technical decision if, of course, you are a coach on your game. Because, look, we've seen the lack of control of our team when Thomas Partey is not around. We've seen how controlled he is in our games, dictating the tempo, setting the pace, reducing the tempo, making everybody very comfortable in and around him. I call him the controller. And there's a genuine proven reason why I call him the controller. So I would have not called him for this, truth be told. So when I heard he was not there, I said, good, he shouldn't go. Let me see this team without him. Because I need to assess Sibo better. Michael Abu and co, who are trying to state claims to be part of the Black Stars for the World Cup. They need to be assessed in games like this. So I would have not called Partey, but I would have taken Kudus. I would have taken Jiku, because defensively, we need this defense. Jiku is an integral part of the defensive setup of the Black Stars, and we need them to be tested properly against a quality opposition, because these were the same defensive setup who we saw struggle and with Niger and Sudan. They made amends. We need to assess Benjamin Sarri again. People are of the view, I think he's the obvious number one, but I want to see him face very tricky situations and see how he handles them. So he will be there. So, but we need Benjamin Sarri together with the established backline to go in there and be tested. So I would have taken Jiku if he's fit. So like I'm saying, it's a mixed feeling sort of thing. But look, for the fact that we will not be at the AFCON. Look, most people hasn't realized this thing yet, Raymond. Let the AFCON start on the 21st of December, and we see the quality on display. That is where Ghanaians will come to the realization that Otuadwe,
Coach,
right. He's qualified to the World Cup, yes, but by not taking our team to the AFCON, because we needed this AFCON to assess our team for the World Cup.
That's correct. That's correct. But coach, let's get back to the squad, and you speak about the midfield. Now, that midfield, as it stands, has Francis Abu, Prince Owusu, the Midiama boy, Christopher Bonsuba, Kwesi Sibo, and Kamal Din Sulemana. These are the players Coach Otuado has named as his midfielders. Now, if you look at the forwards and you are possibly trying to find who can play in midfield in the forward line, he has Kelvin Nkrumah, Prince Osei-Wusu, the man who plays for Montreal, Prince Edu Kwabna, he plays for Victoria Pilsen, Brandon Thomas Asante, he plays for Coventry, and Antoine Semenyo. What do you make of the midfield Otuado has in there? You have Kamaldeen, Bonsuba, who could possibly be wingers, and then Abu, Prince Owusu, and Kwesi Sibo. Can Otuado really, in the absence of Partey, be able to make a sound judgment based on the players he's called up to play in this role?
Look, Raymond, let's call a spade a spade. This midfield is extremely, very, very weak. Weak in terms of quality, weak in terms of experience. Makalabo is not experienced. Sibo himself is not experienced. How many games has he played for the Black Stars? I don't think any of them, or accumulatively, they can add up to 10 games. The Midiama boy, highly inexperienced. Okay? Yeah. So you look at what he's taking to play. I saw the Japanese team. It's actually a team that they are equally going to 90% of them will be at the World Cup. I've seen the Korean team. You say the same thing. 90% will be at the World Cup next year. So they are coming in with a first choice team. And if you look at our players who are absent, I say I wouldn't have called Thomas Partey. Every other player, unless injured, truly injured, I would have taken to these 2 games. But if you look at Francis Abu, Sibo, and then the Midiama boy, who's the controller in there? Who sets the pace? They've not even played together, understood. But if you've not played together and you are very experienced, you can match up that with your form. What is the form of these guys in the midfield that we've taken? Sibo, we know, has been very undulating in Spain today. He plays 60 minutes. The next moment, he's on the bench for 2 games. The next moment, he comes in for 10 minutes. Makalabu, the same. So at the end of the day, we are taking a makeshift midfield to play against proper opposition. Look, we saw the Koreans at the World Cup in Qatar when we beat them 3-2. Yeah. You remember the level of discomfort that we went through in that game. We took a 2-0 lead. We were constantly bombarded. We gave the 2-0 lead away before Kudus rescued the situation for us. It was the most uncomfortable game I have seen the Black Stars play in recent time in the Mondial or at the World Cup. We are going back there, so-called friendly, but we have to be careful that the confidence of this team is not dented beyond repair, because these guys on their day will put 4, 5, 6 past you, because they are very pacey, they are technically very good, they are quick on the ball, tactically they have improved their game. Don't forget, Korea, when they hosted the World Cup with Japan, they went all the way to, I think, the quarter or the semi-finals. You remember the big Italian goal? Yeah. So there's nothing beyond them. They are capable of doing that. They were 1 game away from playing in the World Cup final in 2002. So on their day, they can match up to every opposition and expose the loopholes. That is why I have said, preferably, I would have taken a strong team. I heard one of your caller talk about the time frame that we have 7 months away from the World Cup, so we can avoid. I'm not saying don't go and try players, but you don't go and depend on players who are not tested. You start your team after 60 minutes. You would have seen what you wanted to see, and if you are given 30 minutes plus injury time as a new player to prove you can fit into this thing. I remember Anthony Pablo Ana. Anthony Ana in 2008 did not start the first game of the Black Stars at that AFCON, but he came on as a substitute under Claude Leroy in one of the games, 20 minutes. Then he just started bossing it. Everybody was like, this is rather the man to complement Michael Essien's effort. So when we lost Essien in 2010 at the World Cup, Anna could set the tone together with Kevin Prince-Boateng, who was very new in the team, but his footballing career, very experienced. He's played throughout the ranks in Germany. He's played in the Premier League and all that. Kudus somewhere at the time, we all know, the league said about him, you don't need to go there because he was an established international. But if you juxtapose that to this, even when we went to Brazil, we had Rabiu, we had Ajiman Badu. These were players who's gone through the rank and they've played together at the under 20 level. So the two of them could just fit in the midfield. Even when Kudus Sama was asked to play as a left back. Look, the game against US, the game against Portugal, the game against Germany, we were not overly wrong. We took charge of this game. Suleiman Tari in midfield. We dominated the Germans. We played the best game in the World Cup in 2014 with the midfield of Rabi and Suleiman Tari and Kevin Prince-Boateng with Ajiman Bedi coming to support them. You cannot say the same thing for these guys. So you see, if you are going to a very tricky international friendly game like this, it is tricky because if we don't take care, these guys will put 3-4 past us. So I want to see how Otuado will line up, tactically what he will do to give the boys the opportunity to convince Ghanaians that they are ready to play for the Black Stars. And we should portray ourselves such that, look, one player that I'm happy for is the Coventry City striker.
Yes, Coach, I was going to bring you to the forwards. And yes, I was going to bring you to the forwards. So let me just take you there. There's Brandon Thomas Asante, who we've seen at Coventry this season. There's Prince Osewusu, German-born Ghanaian, who now plays for FC Montreal. He scored 9 goals already this time for FC Montreal. There's Prince Edu Kwabna, who plays for Victoria Pilsen in Czech Republic. And already he scored 5 goals in 14 games for Pilsen in the league. Last season he scored 5. I think in 14 already he scored 5. So he possibly could do better than he did last season. There's Kelvin Nkrumah, the Midiama SC boy. And then there's Antoine Semenyo. Is this an opportunity for us to finally crack the code on who could potentially become that striker we could rely on in tournaments? Is this the opportunity for us to see that new Asamoah Gyan or see that player who could possibly replace Inaki Williams when the going gets tough for us, especially when it comes to the new boys? I'll take Antoine Semenyo, the new boys who have joined the team.
Yeah, I think it's a yes and no answer. For the Coventry boy, I believe he doesn't need to prove anything to anybody because he's a breed we don't have. He's a breed, I believe, when our team assembled, if we really need a player to lead the line, I would get him to lead the line because he's a box striker. You see, if you watch him play at club level, he's not so much involved in the link-up play. The moment he comes out to link up the play, he's going straight into the box. We don't have anybody in the Black Stars. I repeat, Jordan doesn't do that. Semenyo does not do that. Inaki Williams does not do that. We need a box striker, somebody who knows that for me, my movement it should be within that rectangular arena. My movement should make sure that 90% of the time I am there, ready to pounce. So he's a breed. He reminds me of Anthony Yeboah. Yeboah during his playing day was not skillful, but he was a box striker. Occasionally he had the power to strike the ball from distance. But most of Anthony Yeboah's goal, he was heading the ball in the box, he was tapping them in, he was manhandling defenders in the box. And if you look at Brendan Asante, he looks like that. I mean, he's not tall, but he's very stout, very strong, very pacey, and somebody who can actually match up to the demands of being a striker. So for him, I have said that I've completely disagreed with Otuado giving him 10 minutes there, 5 minutes there, 8 minutes there in competitive games. I want to see him lead the line. We saw him in the Unity Cup, you remember, against Nigeria. Look at the goal he scored. That goal that brought us back into the game. We had 4 touches from the goalkeeper to, I think, from Gideon Mensah to a midfielder, from a midfielder out wide. By the time the cross was whipped in, it was Brenda at the end of the move just going ahead of the defender and placing it. And I told myself that, look, this is what he does. And if I'm the coach of the team, I will get my team to feed on that. Semenyo, Jordan, Inaki, none of them does the sort of things he does. They are all unique within their right. Okay? So for him, put him in there. But my worry is that those guys he's going to be playing with today, those behind him, the midfielders, are they going to have control of the game to feed him properly? Because a striker is quickly termed to be useless when he's not touching the ball and putting the ball in the back of the one. There are times when we've seen Eli Hanan touch the ball only 9-10 times. But within the 9-10 times, he scores two goals because he's a box striker. So he may touch it outside of the box, but if he touches it twice or thrice in the box, in the form of an opportunity, he puts 2 or 3 away. So that is the sort of, and then it depends on the way the team will play. If you have Brandon Asante, if you look at Kamaldeen Suleiman, I know he will start the game because he's one of the people that the coach trusts. But how well is Kamaldeen assist statistics? He hardly assists. Even at Atlanta, if you want to hear about him, he's scoring the goals. He does not go back to the past 3-4 years. I don't think Kamaldeen has given close to 12 assists accumulatively. So if you've got players like Brenda Asante, you must feed them, feed the ball to them. But that is the way to bring the best out of them. Okay, look at the way Coventry City play under Lampard. 1, 2, 3, out, put it in, he's there. That's why he scored the number of goals he scored. For the others, they are very new to the team, apart from Semenyo. The ones you've mentioned who plays in US, they are very new to the team. And they are not going to be playing with established stars. So I'm a bit uncomfortable there. But let's hope that the Black Stars will take charge of the game and be able to create. Sibo and then Abu in midfield can show some form of presence, dominance, and put the ball forward to them and let them feed. Or else they will go in there and the only thing they'll be doing, their back will be facing the defenders, linking up the play. But when they turn, the quality will not be there to put the ball in front of them for them to go and punish. And for me, every footballing team that cannot get the ball in front of his or her forward players for them to punish, your level is actually substandard. So it's a bit difficult to say emphatically. That's why I want to watch this game. I heard it's 10 a.m. Ghana time.
Yes, 10 a.m. Ghana time on Friday. Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
Now, Coach, well, interestingly, on Kamaldeen Suleiman, in his last 4 seasons playing in the Premier League, playing for Atalanta, he's played close to 80 matches and has managed only 5 assists. That's 6 assists. That's quite worrying.
There you go.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Look, for a winger, that is a huge concern.
Yeah.
You've played it up to 80 games and you cannot put together even 7 assists in the past 3. That is worrying for a winger. So people like Brenda Asante, if they are playing with Kamaldeen, you can imagine. You'll just be there completely toothless.
Now, Coach, let's talk about the defenders. There's an introduction of Derek Atakon, and there's a lot of talk about his quality and what he brings to the team. Many believe Atakon is going to be the solution to our left-back problems, possibly casting the mold of Hans Edu Sape, a bit of Evra, a bit of Mendes, and a bit of Marcelo about him. That's what we hear about the player. But the other players in the team, Jerome Opoku, Jonas Ajete, Caleb Uenchi, Gideon Mensah, Mohamed Salisu, Ebenezer Annan, Kojo Opompepra, and Alidu Seidu. What do you make of the back line? What kind of partnership would you want to see? What kind of pairings would you want to see at the back? And possibly come to the conclusion that, well, we have the men to actually protect that rear guard for us when we go to the tournament.
I think Otuado in the last few games did show that he preferred a back 3 or a back 5 with the 2 guys playing as wing back. That Atakon guy, I've watched clips of him. I'm yet to watch a full match of him. But from the little I have seen, look, if he can repeat that with the Black Stars, I think Guido Mensah is in big trouble here. Because, look, Guido Mensah, defensively, I think is one of the weakest link in our team. And then going forward, I think there's a bit more. If you look at Atakon, going forward, he does that with intent. He's a bit aggressive, and he's got a physique to match up to the physical part of the game. So if he can bring whatever I have seen in clips into the Black Stars, because we have struggled as a national team with that left back position. No two ways about that. Even during the times Baba Rahman came in, he was extremely good. It got to a time, the least said about him, the better. Gideon took over the mantle. He's not yet been convincing in my view. So if I'm the coach, I'll be looking at somebody who will convince me. So it's an opportunity for Atakon to grab. Because the World Cup beckons. The World Cup is what is ahead of him. So if he can grab that, he goes forward. Who knows? We can only benefit as a country. Now, if you look at the back line, I have always said that I like Jerome a lot. I don't know, but I think for a left-footed player and how powerful he is in the air, his control of the round object is absolutely brilliant. He's a better passer of the ball than Jiku and Salisu and Co. He passes the ball better from the back. He drives forward with it better if there's no need. Because in the World Cup, these are the things that will be happening. People will look at our team and they will know that Partey cannot be allowed to dictate. So when they block the channel to Partey, we will need one of our defenders to step out with the ball and push it forward to go and do the passing. That Jiku cannot do. That Salisu cannot do. So I've always preferred Jerome, and I hope the national team coaches will look at this and assess the team along that line. Because what we cannot afford to do is to be doing a lot of 10 overs. We get beat, and we get beat very, very well. We don't want that at the Mondial. Right. So I prefer Jerome. Look, Ali Lustedu. Okay, most people, for me, I don't rate him that much. I think he's overly concerned about the physicality of the game. And you are not that tall, you are not big, you are very stout. So I think the IQ should be the one doing the job more often than get involved in the physicality. And for him, because he wants to show everybody he's strong, he tends to lose focus, and we get punished most of the time when he's on the going forward. He's not one of the best wing back. He's got no attribute. I repeat, no attribute of a wing back. If you want to play him in the back three, then he should be on the right side of the back three, not as a wing back, because going forward is zero. His crosses zero. His technical ability zero. He cannot dribble. Every wing back should have the technical ability to dribble past a full back of the opponent and be able to whip in good crosses for his attackers to plant. Do we see that in Ali Dusedu? No. So as a back three, I preferred him as one of the center. But even that, you see, look, that back three position, let me take you back. When the Italians had the back three of Chiellini, Bonucci, I've forgotten the other guy, they were all good passers of the ball. If you are playing the back three and you cannot pass the ball properly as one of the center backs, then your team is going to do a lot of turnovers. That is why if you look at the Black Stars playing the back three, Jiku, anytime he goes forward, 90 out of 100, he gives the ball away. Salisu, 90 out of 100, he gives the ball away. And the new Ajete boy, anytime they go forward with the ball, they give it away. Yeah. At the World Cup, these are the things that the opponent will be identified. Okay, so block the channel to Thomas Partey, force them to pass the ball from their defenders. And we know that 90 out of 10, they will give it to us. The moment they do that, we are in big trouble. So if you are going to play a back three, look, I don't understand why Jerome cannot be in that back three. Because like I said, he's the better passer of the ball amongst all of them. So I will look at the team because these are the qualities and the attributes that you need from your back three, apart from they being able to defend very, very well on 1v1 situation. The added quality, uncompromisably, you cannot compromise on that, is the ability to pass the ball from the back. That is what Jerome will do. So yes, again, the leader of the back three is not there, which in my view is Chiku. Yeah. It is up to Salisu for him to lead by example and get the back line properly organized. Make sure there isn't too much gap between the midfield and the attackers. When the attackers go, as the back three, you need to push the midfielders and let them go forward. But it must be done smartly. When the person is not there, you need to hold the line and drop off a bit. so that you are not caught. Because these Japanese and these Koreans, one thing about them, they are very, very quick.
Yeah, they're very
nimble-footed. Interpositional passes, they are very good at that. So look, we will look at the team and we'll see what it. But like I said, look, I wish we had all our team there because we'll not be in the AFCON minus Thomas Partey, and we would have assessed the team properly without Thomas Partey and see how well this team will operate.
Coach, finally, if you are Otuado, going into a game with 3 goalkeepers, 2 we have already seen, 1 we've only seen videos of. Joseph Annan, we've seen clips of, we've seen his passing range, we've seen his assists before the assist in games, his shot-stopping ability. We've only seen clips of it. We've not seen him do it for the national team. You have Benjamin Asare, who's been in post, kept clean sheets against countries like Central African Republic, Madagascar, and the likes. And then Atizigi, who we all know from his previous games for the Stars. If you are Otuado going into this Asia tour, which of your goalkeepers are you going to put in? Are you going to put in Benjamin Asare, who many also believe hasn't been really tested, or you are going to give us a chance to see another goalkeeper like Annan?
I think I will start with my number 1. I will start with Benjamin Asare, because like you rightly said, until something changed, I think he's the number 1 of the team. And what you don't want to do, you've seen Ati very convincingly over the past years. I have said that is my son, that is my boy. Most people don't know, but Ati is my boy. I unearthed him. He played for me. I held his hand and take him, and then I took him wherever he needed to go. But today he doesn't even call me. That is aside. But at the end of the day, he's the boy who thrives based on competition. I have said that since Benjamin Asare took over the position, the day Ati gets the position again regularly, I don't think Benjamin Asare will see the goalpost again, because Ati now will thrive because there's competition. Wolcott and those people, they didn't compete him. He became so comfortable. That has been his attribute. That has been his within his DNA since he was a kid. When I picked him up at the age of 8 years and started working with him, he's never thrived when there's no competition. But when he knows that there's somebody, you see, when Benjamin Asare came, nobody thought Benjamin Asare was going to take over from him.
Yeah.
So I believe he himself, he was caught unaware. But now it is clear, and everybody can see that Asare has taken over the position. So in this game, if I'm the coach, I'll start with Benjamin Asare, especially when I've got makeshift players that I don't trust. I need a goalkeeper who has proven to be a good organizer, a good leader at the back, and get them to speak to them. And you see, normally too, as a coach, the department that you really don't want to tamper with most often is your defensive, and that begins from the goalkeeper. So I'll start. It's a 2-game thing. Let Asare start if he's ready to start. Let him start. And then in the other game, I will go 45 minutes here. And in fact, Ati, you don't need any more invitation, but I will give him another opportunity, 45 minutes in the second game, and see how it goes. And then 60 minutes, 70 minutes, then I pull him out, then I think the other guy is the Kotoko goalkeeper, isn't it?
No, so he went with Annan, who plays for Patrick Athletic, St. Patrick's Athletic. Yeah,
exactly. So then
the one who kicks very well.
Yes, I understand. So then I'll give him 20 or 30 minutes to have a feel of it and see how he will get in there, and let's play to his strength and see how he manages the situation. But every team should have an established number 1. Once he's there and he's available, I will start with him. Unless, let's see, we could find ourselves in a very comfortable situation, and then you pull him out, and then you see the rest. Because at the end of the day, every position in the team is supposed to be keenly contested for. Right. Nobody is home and dry. No position in the team is secure. I believe that even Thomas Partey, that I said is an untouchable, I believe as the player we cannot do it. The day he starts becoming complacent, I'll be the first person to tell you people we need to get him out of there. But until that, to me, he's the only untouchable in this team. Every other player should be fine. Because look at Antoine Semenyo. He's played 19 to 20 games for the Black Stars. I think he scored only 1 or 2 goals. Yeah. We need him to be scoring for the team. We need him to be scoring for the team. That must be made perfectly clear. And he should be sat down and say, look, young man, the form you showed there, you need you to show that form. But in making it clear, how well is the team playing? Is the system favoring him? Or is the system, because he's one of our best players. Yeah. And we need him to be on his form for the team to benefit. But 19 or 20 games, 1 or 2 goals, no, we cannot live with that going to the World Cup. That would be disastrous going to the World Cup if one of our established players are not is not scoring regularly, my brother.
Coach, finally, let's talk about Kelvin Nkrumah and Prince Owusu. Two home-based stars playing for the same team, expected to play a part in this in the 2 games. What do they bring to the team, and what kind of quality do they have that we haven't seen from some of the players that we have? And could they possibly nail a spot at the World Cup if they are able to grab the opportunity in the 2 games that we are playing against Japan and South Korea?
Raymond, for me, I completely disagree with the statement that we should give the local players some quota going to the national team. No. I believe that whenever you are, whoever is there should be there on merit.
Yeah.
Should be there on merit. So if the boy is a local player and he plays in our league and he's good enough, he should be there based on merit. Now, if you look at this lad, the midfielder, the Mijama boy, I think he's a good player. But at this stage of the Black Stars, whoever walks into this team to be a player who makes us better, right. If whatever he's going to offer is something we already have, I will not look at him at all. Because I'm preparing for the best international tournament in the world. If I'm going to bring in a player for the sake of it, but that player doesn't improve my team, I will not look at him at all. Because in bringing in, he will need time to adapt to the chemistry of the team. If whatever he's bringing, look at when Kevin Boateng was brought into our team. He came in and he made an immediate impact. He made us better. I'm ready to debate and argue anybody who says Kevin Boateng did not improve the Black Stars in 2010 at that World Cup in South Africa. He made us better. His movement, his passing, his tackling, his runs, everything made us better. Brought the best out of Tony Annan, brought the best out of Kudus Samoa. So if he's a local player or he's an international player, played everywhere, even in Azerbaijan, Iraq, if he's got a quality that we've not got, if he's bringing something that we don't have, and whatever he brings makes us better as a team, you put it in there. You put him in. It's a non-negotiable. You don't compromise on that. That's what I hate the situation where the national team belongs to certain people. Absolute nonsense. That cannot be the case. Because whatever they do, eventually we pay them. So for me, it is good to have the local boys in the team, but they must be told that you are not there because you are a local player. You are there because you meet up to the demands and the quality required to be with the team. The moment you instill that into them, he goes in there and he's not being looked down upon by the teammates, and he himself look at himself and say, look, I'll take up this responsibility. When we took Sila Ilyasu to the World Cup in 2006, Djokovic, Djokovic at the time, told everybody that Ilyasu is capable of playing in the absence of John Mensah and Sami Kufuor. And truth be told, when he got the opportunity, it was a bold decision after the game against Italy to drop the most experienced, the most established player in the Black Stars in 2006, only to turn and give the position to a local player who at the time was playing for King Faisal, who had little experience with the Black Stars. But Sila Ilyasu went in there, and if you were not told that he was a local player, nobody would have seen that. Agreed?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. So at the end of the day, we saw Aminu Dramani, we saw Adokwe Papo and Co, we saw Dankwe. They didn't go there because they were local. They went there because they could slinge. And the likes of Michael Essien and Zule Montari, Stephen Appiah and Co, who were well established, admitted that these guys have been brought in to make us better. So if it's about local, then stay them out. Let them stay away. But I want to believe that they can match up to the demands and the quality required. That is why they've been called. So they must be told to go and prove that. Because if they don't go and prove that, they're not going to get any sympathy from people like me. Because they are local players.
Right.
Unacceptable. This is the Black Stars we are talking about here.
Right. Coach, I think we would pause the conversation on the Black Stars and the squad for now. hopefully in the coming days we'll look at what Otuado should do, what kind of lineup he should put up, what we should expect from the Japanese, and what Ghanaians should think or make of the outcome of the result. We'll get into all of that in the coming days before kickoff on Friday. Coach, thank you very much for joining us on Sporty Breakfast. It's been a pleasure having you.
No more mistake.
Makele. Have a good day, Coach.
Same to you, my brother.
Right. And that was Coach Christopher Nimley joining us on the show, analyzing, breaking down that Black Star squad for us. 22-man squad put out there by Coach Otuado to play Japan and South Korea. And Coach took his time to go through what the team looks like and what we could possibly expect from some of the players in there and what Otuado could possibly do with some of the players in that squad. This is still the Sporty Breakfast live on Sporty 106.1 in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, and 91.3 in Kumasi. The Black Stars play against Japan on Friday, and then on Tuesday they play against South Korea. We wish the Black Stars all the best. We'll be getting into the matter of the playoffs, the African World Cup qualifiers, the World Cup qualifiers playoffs, the African version, because there are two games to look forward to on Thursday. Nigeria would play against Gabon, and Cameroon would play DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. These are two games that will be very crucial to all teams because the winners of the semi-finals would meet in the finals, and one of those teams would be playing in the intercontinental playoffs as they seek to get a place or sneak into the World Cup in 2026. Nigeria yesterday boycotted training because of unpaid bonuses. The team buses were out there. The players said they won't go and play. The coaches, nobody went out to join the bus to go to training. Big trouble in the camp of the Super Eagles. We'll get into that on the show as well. But we'll take a spot of music. When we return, we'll go straight to Morocco and find out exactly what's happening in the camp of the Super Eagles.
You're locked on to Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 91.3 FM in Kumasi, and 102.5 FM in Takoradi. Sporty, the voice of sport.
Morning, and a good time to be grateful. Showing gratitude to the Most High. This is Sporty Breakfast live on Sporty 106.1 FM, in Accra 102.5 in Takrady and 91.3 in Kumasi. We've spoken about a lot on the show this morning already. And we've spoken about the Black Stars and the team they have put forward for their 2 games against Japan and South Korea on Friday and on Tuesday. There's still a lot to talk about on the show this morning. Yesterday, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they boycotted training over bonus and unresolved bonus issues. We'll be getting into that discussion in a bit. But what are you doing this December? Is it dirty December for you? Do you have a trip planned? If you have a trip planned and it's not the CAF Africa Cup of Nations Championships, forget it. Cancel that trip. Let me tell you where you should go. You should go to Morocco to watch this year's AFCON. Ghana may not be playing, but the tournament is being hosted in the beautiful kingdom of Morocco, and it coincides with the end of the year. This December, Dunia Safari and Sporty FM are bringing you closer to the games. Why don't you try something different from the usual Dirty December routine? You've done Dirty December, buying champagne, buying all the muscats, buying all the whiskeys and all. This time around, we will say go to Morocco. Morocco is on a different level. You have to do something different this year. Travel with your squad or family and watch Africa Cup of Nations games live and explore Morocco like never before. Dunia Safari has an exclusive group travel package that would see you get there in grand style. Get the opportunity to watch the Super Eagles of Nigeria, champions of Africa, the Elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire. You watch Africa's best team at the World Cup, Morocco, in action. Beautiful scenes in Morocco. Junior Safari and Sporty FM are giving you the opportunity to make that happen. Use Sporty FM promo code SportyFMFan25 when booking to unlock a special 20% discount for a minimum of 3 people booking. Yes, use Sporty FM promo code SportyFan25 when booking to unlock a special 20% discount for a minimum of 3 people booking.
Now listen. Only Jesus can save. Only Jesus can save. Hallelujah.
Don't just hear the adverts on Sporty FM, but make sure you go to see the game live in Morocco. Limited spots are available, so visit www.duniasafari.com, www.duniasafari.com, or call 053-808-7709, 053-808-7709, or send an email to travelduniasafari@gmail.com. You can follow Dunia Safari on Instagram, on Facebook and TikTok at Dunia Safari. Don't forget to book using Sporty FM promo code SportyFan25. Let's go to Morocco in grand style. Let Dunia Safari take you to Morocco. And it's looking like only Jesus can save the Super Eagles now. After sneaking into the World Cup playoffs, the players say, Charlie, pay us our money. Our money or we won't train. Our money or we won't play. 2 big games coming up tomorrow, and Nathan Kwa will be on the ground to bring you live updates from Morocco as we get into the World Cup playoffs, the Africa version. 4 teams are in action for 1 spot in the Intercontinental Championships or Intercontinental Playoffs, for a single spot in next year's Football Mundial.
Jesus can save. Hallelujah.
And on Wednesdays, normally, if you tune into Sporty Breakfast, you know, we as much as possible get into, some very nice gospel tunes just to spice up your morning.
Your mother no go fi save you, oh. Your father no go fi save you, oh. Come to Jesus. Only Jesus can save.
And the Nigerians need Jesus at this point.
Jesus alone go solve your problem, oh Abi. He alone go give you peace, oh. Come to him now. Only Jesus can save. Only Jesus can save. Hallelujah. One more time.
Sporty FM. You're locked onto Sporty 106.1 FM.
The full squad, including officials, did not train on Tuesday due to unresolved issues with outstanding payments dating back several months. The Nigerian Football Federation, the NFF, has yet to issue an official statement, but sources within the federation suggest emergency talks are underway to resolve the impasse. Officials fear the protest could derail the team's focus ahead of the decisive playoff against a Gabon side that has shown a lot of promise in African football in recent times. Nigeria, three-time African champions, are seeking a return to the FIFA World Cup after missing out on the 2022 edition in Qatar. Any disruption to preparations could prove costly, as only one of two sides will advance to the final round. The situation still echoes similar crises that have plagued Nigerian football in the past, with disputes over bonuses surfacing during major tournaments, including the 2013 Confederation Cup and the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. And from Morocco, our colleague Kelechi Ayinkude of Sporty TV, he was there. He put together a report for us yesterday following what happened. Let's listen to Kelechi on what the story has been in the camp of the Super Eagles, and then we'll come in studio and then continue the discussion on this particular matter. Let's listen to Sporty TV's Kelechi Ayinkude.
day 2 of training is tactical training, but they did not come out. Reason being, they are being owed allowances. So there's a disagreement with the NFF. They've been negotiating, and as I'm talking, negotiations are still going on upstairs, but at the moment there's an impasse. We hope that they can reach a resolution as soon as possible, because Nigerians are expectant. Nigerians are hopeful that we will go to the World Cup. A lot of Nigerians' hopes are in this game and with this team. So hopefully things can be resolved as soon as possible. This situation has caught everybody by surprise. Nobody expected it, but it is what it is. These things happen. Let's just see how it's going to pan out. We've spoken to the NFF media officer who came to address the few journalists here, but he didn't add anything. It's just what we know. So again, just to reiterate, that is the players that have boycotted the training session. Hopefully things can be resolved quickly, and then they will train and play on Thursday. This is Kelechi Anyikude reporting for Sporty TV.
And that was Kelechi Anyikude reporting for Sporty TV from Morocco. And he is in the camp of the Super Eagles. And as we speak, there hasn't been any latest update from the camp of the Super Eagles. But hopefully, we'll get in touch with Kelechi and find out exactly what's been happening so far. Overnight, we know discussions have been going on. How much exactly are the players owed? And for how long has this bonus and paid arrears been pending? We'll get into all of that on the show this morning. But the Nigerians face a very stern test against a team that could have qualified for the World Cup by snatching an automatic spot, because it was a keen contest between Gabon and Cote d'Ivoire in their group. At the end, it was the Ivorians who managed to secure that automatic spot. But the Gabon national team have shown a lot of quality in the course of the qualifiers. They were very resolute, and I think the only reason why they couldn't get past the Ivorians was when they failed to win at home against the Ivorians. But once we get in touch with our colleague from Morocco, would bring you up to speed on what the development has been so far. But there's another game to also look forward to as far as the playoff is concerned. DR Congo, so Democratic Republic of Congo, they will be playing against Cameroon in the other game. So it's Nigeria versus Gabon, and it's DRC versus Congo. DRC versus Cameroon. DRC versus Cameroon. Pardon me for that. Is it that African teams are always, having to get to the point where they would have to boycott training sessions, they would have to boycott games, they would have to protest before their bonuses are paid. And the players seem to know how to play the game very well. They seem to know when to time their protests. A very crucial game for the Nigerians. The Nigerians are hoping to return to the World Cup. Expectations are high in Nigeria. The team is expecting to possibly do the job over Gabon. And then this just pops up. The players know it's now or never. If they don't protest for their unpaid bonuses today, the next time they get the opportunity to protest will possibly be at the AFCON. But how important is qualifying to the World Cup to the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Very, very important. Can we protest? Can we strike now and get them to react? Yes, of course. And so the players seem to know how to play the game very well. Almost like they took a leaf from the book of the Black Queens. But recently, I heard Sunday Olise speak about the NFF. And Sunday Olise said, look, when they were performing at the highest level for Nigerians, it wasn't as if the NFF were doing everything right. some of the players just felt, look, let's just do it for Nigeria. They were mentally tough. They wanted to do it for Nigeria and they wanted to do it for themselves. And that's why most of them overlooked some of these issues with the NFF just to make sure they got onto the pitch and played football to deliver results for Nigeria. But all was not well when they were playing at that level. They had serious issues with money, with bonuses, with per diems, with all of that. I mean, maybe we should be giving credit to the handlers of our national team, because it's been long since we had the Black Stars actually protest over unpaid wages and paid bonuses and all. Well, apart from Brazil, when they demanded their appearance fees, I think that it's been quite smooth sailing for the Stars in terms of getting rewarded for the work they do for the nation. But according to reports, the Nigerians haven't been paid. You know, it dates back to close to 2 years. I mean, it's not the best, but yeah, well, we'd see. Our man Nathan Kwao would be getting in there in a bit, and he will be bringing us live updates from the camp of the Super Eagles, as well as updates from the camp of Cameroon, DR Congo, and of course, Gabon. You have 3 francophone countries in there. Well, you have countries that speak a lot of French in there. There's Cameroon, there's Gabon, there's DRC. No person better than Nathan Kwao to bring you up to speed on what's happening there.
Morris, Babyface, what you say now? Africa money, I got the chop on fuga. Wanna money, our money, Africa money, I got the chop on fuga.
Video by as for this man, he has a lot of names. So Charlie, what's the latest name on Twitter now? On X. Charlie, sometimes I'd look at the thing and I don't know it's you. Until I go and fire and then you counter attack.
No, you know, sometimes you have to, you have to change things.
Yeah,
you understand? Yeah, you have to change things. So I mean, I think that right now the best player in the world, Brian Mbomo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so it's Yao Mbomo.
Yao Mbomo. Yeah, Yao Mbomo. So, I mean, I think it will change. It will change. It will change soon. But
maybe,
we are still
maybe if Osimhen delivers a hat trick.
Oh, no. Nigeria, they are tall.
But, bienvenue.
Merci.
Ça va?
Ça va bien.
How was your trip? This one, I should have asked you in French.
Well, yeah, it was a good trip. Obviously, we are getting ready for Africa's first ever Olympic event, which will be held on the African soil. So I think a lot has been done, especially from the International Olympic Committee and everybody else that matters, to make sure that the Youth Olympics next year in Dakar will be a success. So what the Senegalese government and the sports authority there have done is to set up miniature games, which they call Dakar and Jeux. It's been 4 years now. They started in 2022. This is the 4th edition. And so what they are doing is that they are inviting other countries to come to their country, just have some games and see how the organization goes, so that next year they know how to properly organize it. So this time around, the Youth Olympics does not have football. It has futsal.
Okay.
And so there was a futsal competition where they brought in, futsal giants Brazil, they brought in Portugal, they brought in Morocco, who are African giants in futsal, and then they played a tournament. So that was for the boys section. For the girls, there was Senegal, Tanzania, Namibia, and Guinea. But Tanzania did not show up because of the political
issues,
So Senegal had to bring up two teams. So there was a Senegal A and a Senegal B, and then they played the games together. But it was a really eye-opening experience because then it's opened your eyes to what goes into organization of major sporting events, what goes into taking care of young athletes and making sure that they are okay, because these athletes are all under 17. And so, you know, it takes a lot to make sure they are feeling okay, are they eating well, and all of that. And I think that the International Olympic Committee has been really supportive of what is happening in Dakar, and they are making sure that, like I said, the first ever Olympic event on African soil is a success.
Wow. Now, you know, take me through this. Why has Senegal suddenly become the go-to place for some of these competitions?
I think that it's just been a decision that the government has made.
Okay.
Now, the main thing people need to know is that Senegal now have a new stadium, which they opened, I think, just about 2 years ago.
Right.
They have a basketball arena, which has hosted the BAL for the last 5 years. The BAL is the Basketball Africa League. In the last 5 years, it is called the Sahara Conference. So the Sahara Conference always happens in Dakar because they have a really good arena. And what they've done is that the stadium and the arena are not actually in Dakar. They are in Diamniadio. So from Dakar to Diamniadio is about 40 minutes drive. So to give you a perspective of what it is like, it's like from Accra to Pram Pram.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where the stadium, the new stadium, and then the arena are. And it's not just the stadium and an arena. The stadium, arena, there are two hotels. And then there's a smaller pitch for training. There's a training pitch. There are two smaller pitches. And then there's also a handball playing ground. And then there's another pitch that they are developing, all part of the Youth Olympic setup.
Right.
But it is all in a place that has not properly developed yet. So it's like white elephants in the bush.
Right.
That's how it looks like at the moment. But from what we are seeing, I think that the Senegalese government wants to develop everything. So the Games Village is also there. They've built a Games Village. The stadium is there. The arena is there. There are two hotels and then several training facilities around it, which I think that all of them have been really exceptional. So it's just been a plan to make sure that, just like Morocco, a lot of the sporting events also come to Dakar. So, and I think it's good for business, really, for Africa, because if the North Africans have Morocco, the West Africans have Dakar.
Right.
Then the East Africans have Kigali. And then the South Africans have Johannesburg or Cape Town.
Ghana too, we have Botema.
Exactly. Ghana too, we have Botema.
Yeah.
But to the Boteman, I think the Boteman pool is like one of the best that I've seen.
Okay.
So it's the reason why a lot of the West African swimming competitions happen in Boteman.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Senegal have done. They've just been very good at organizing themselves, making sure that they are building up sports infrastructure, and I think so far it's paying off well.
Now, Senegal, when it comes to football, we all know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Senegal these days have high performance centers. There's the PSG Academy Pro Residency in Senegal. There's the Diambras Football Academy. There's the African Athletes Development Center.
Yep.
There's the NBA Africa.
NBA Africa.
You know, I mean, the academy and all. In terms of the talent, do you see what they have impacting on the performance, you know, based on what you saw?
I think on the performance, maybe with football.
Okay.
You know, Senegal is a football nation. No two ways about that. They are really good at football. But the thing is that with the athletics, crazy thing, their 100-meter national record is at 10:03.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. So they've still not broken that sub-10 that, you know, other countries have been able to break. So there's still a long way to go in athletics. I think there's still a long way to go as well in sports like boxing. But for sports like handball, I think they have a good team where they can compete. For a sport like basketball, I think if you check out some of the best nations in basketball on the continent, Senegal is one of them. And so for basketball, they always prove themselves on that front as well. And then several other sports. There was one sport that I saw. There was pickleball, and then there are paddle centers opening up in the city as well.
Okay.
So on that front also, I think that they are making some progress there. But I think that generally they need to do better at other sports, especially futsal. Because you can be good at football, and that's how I realized that you can be good at football,
but not
in futsal.
Good. Yeah, futsal.
You understand?
Yeah.
Brazil beats them 14-1.
Wow.
The futsal competition, yes. And then they lost, I think, 12-6 to Morocco, and then they lost again to Portugal. So for the boys section, they lost all their games. But the girls actually won their competition because they beat Namibia and then they beat Guinea to win the ultimate competition for the girls in futsal. But for the boys, it didn't happen for them because they lost all their games. But also for the boys, I think that Brazil showed just why they are a football nation. Look, they played out of their heads. And these are boys who are less than 17 years old. They are 16, 14, 15. And the kind of football they were playing, the kind of technical ability they were showing on the futsal ground, I mean, I was really, really impressed. They themselves and Portugal, they were really good. So, I mean, I can't wait to see what they do at the Youth Olympics, where countries like Argentina will also come with a futsal team. Uruguay, where futsal started, will also come with their team, and many other countries. But one thing we need to know, though, is that there's an African Youth Championship that is going to happen in Angola next month.
Okay.
On the 10th of December, there's an African Youth Championship. And that is where a lot of the athletes who would compete at the main Youth Olympics next year in Dakar will qualify for those ones. And I think that on the Ghanaian front, because I met one of our National Olympic Committee members, Evans Yeboah, in Dakar. We spoke for a little bit. I actually had an interview with him, and he told me that Ghana has taken it very seriously. We are going to Angola to try to qualify as many athletes as possible, because in any case, these are the youth who are going to take up, you know, the bigger roles in athletics or the bigger roles in several other sports that we are going to see in Ghana. So they are taking it really seriously. They are going to Angola to try to qualify as many athletes as possible, so that next year, when the Youth Olympics comes to Dakar, I think that Ghana will be at the forefront of it, and we would have as many athletes compete at a higher level, so that we can peg their quality and success rates to how they can grow up and become professionals and build our sports, how we have to do it. So I think that's what we are seeing now. But for Senegal, all is ready, especially the facilities and everything. It's just about 90% ready. There are still a few fields that has to be done, but all of that will be done. The only problem, though, is the general organization of it, where, you know, media accreditations and all of that. I mean, it was a bit slow sometimes, but I think that 1 year to go, it will give them some time to iron out all those little bits, and then it will work out.
But let me just bring it down to our space. I mean, in terms of competing at that level, the Youth Olympics, you look at our body of work in terms of the sport disciplines. Are we likely to have a lot of teams represent us in that competition? Likely?
Likely, from what I have followed, I think that for athletics, we would get quite a number, because I think over the last two intercourse that we've seen, there's been a lot of talents that have come through. I think with hockey as well, we might certainly have a team from hockey as well to get there, because I've visited the hockey stadium a few times, and I've seen the younger hockey players doing their thing, and they look really impressive. So they should be able to qualify as well. I don't know if we have a futsal team that would qualify, but if we have a futsal team that would qualify, I think that would also be nice. You know, crazy thing though is that, you know, the Namibian team that came to play futsal at the Dakar and Joe in Senegal just last week was actually a football team. The girls tell me that they only started learning how to play futsal a month ago, and then they went for the competition. But they made a good account of themselves. So hopefully Ghana can set up a team. I don't know how far we've gone with futsal, but hopefully they can set up a team and see how they go. Also with basketball, I really hope that Ghana has a basketball team at the Youth Olympics, because look, it's the only place that we can try to build the sport from. I mean, I'm seeing how many basketball players we have in this country. I'm seeing how much energy and money Spintex Knights are putting in just to try to get into the Basketball Africa League. And I'm thinking that if we are able to build a team from now, maybe we could get somewhere when it comes to basketball, because there's still quite a number of young people who play. You and I were in Cape Coast. You saw how good basketball, sprite ball and all of that. So we still have a good base of youth that really like basketball. So maybe we should harness that potential.
The 3-on-3s, rave,
exactly.
Rave.
Yes. So that's what I was also coming to. There's a 5-a-side, actual basketball games, and then there's going to be a 3x3 as well. So I think that we should try to qualify for one of those ones. But generally, maybe I'd have to go back to the other associations and federations to find out what they are doing about the Youth Olympics. But I think for athletics, for hockey, and then for futsal and maybe basketball, we should have teams that will qualify for that.
Right. Big welcome to you, and hopefully you get some fufu to eat this afternoon, because I know you've been away from our food for a while.
It's been a while.
So right. Thank you very much, for joining me on the show this morning, and hopefully we'll talk a lot more on the Youth Olympics and Ghana's prospects and what Ghana could possibly do at next year's edition of the Youth Olympics in Dakar. So this is still the Sporty Breakfast, live on Sporty 106.1. Yao Fusulabi just returned from Senegal, where he witnessed what Senegal is doing ahead of the Olympics, the Youth Olympics, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of preparedness, in terms of how the teams would perform and all. He went for a mini tournament of a sort, just to test Senegal's preparedness and readiness for the Youth Olympics, and he's back to give us all the juice on what happened in there. But let me pick your thoughts. Final. Just quick thoughts on your good friends, the Super Eagles. They said they won't play.
I think so yesterday I was listening to some of the commentary around it, and look, I think that what Nigeria have done to these players is unacceptable, really, because apparently they are old bonuses from 2019. There are players like John Mikel Obi who still old bonuses
even in retirement
from the NFF. So the thing was that in 2019, when they started owing the bonuses, that was under President Amaju Pinnick. Pinnick left, and then the new one came, and the new one sat with the players and said, Charlie, the way they cost it be too much. So if you guys can forgo the Pinnick costs, and then let's start afresh. You understand? So the players say, okay, no problem, we'll start afresh. They start afresh, and now it's been how many years? It's been about 3 years.
Yeah.
They've played AFCONs, they've played AFCON qualifiers, they've played World Cup qualifiers, and they still haven't gotten winning bonuses for that. And that is strange to me, because it's been 3 years. And these are, and you see, the thing is that there are players in this Nigerian team who would be retiring soon. So there's every possibility that if they retire, they will not get their money.
Then I'm sure Baba Musa is still would money.
They will not get their monies. You understand? So someone like, exactly, Ahmed Musa. They probably still owe Ahmed Musa because they owe John Mikel Obi from that time.
And Musa has been in and out
of the squad. So they still owe Musa some money. And all these players who are still there, I just feel like, sometimes we just need to do right by these players. It's okay that we judge them by how patriotic they are and all of that. And if you look at it, they've been really patriotic. Look, this is from 2019 we are talking about. Players like William Troost-Ekong have been on that team from that time. So that's
Moses Simon
exactly that's as patriotic as it can get. Wilfred Ndidi, Samuel Chukwueze, all those boys. That's as patriotic as it can get. Now they just need their monies. And you see, people are saying, "Oh, why are you doing that at the cusp of a crucial game?" What time should they ask for the money again? What time? If they qualified Nigeria and now they are going to the World Cup, that is when they should ask for the money. Or if they qualify for the World Cup and they actually get to the World Cup, then they should behave like Ghana in 2014. You understand? This is the best time to ask for the money.
Strike now.
Exactly. So I think the players are in order. It's the best time to ask for the money. They have asked for their money. The thing is, And you see, another thing is that if they play the Gabon game and they do not qualify,
hey,
it means that Sikano's are shield.
Bad debt.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, the thing is that either way they are in trouble. Either way they are in trouble.
Debt irrecoverable.
So, exactly. So either way they are in trouble. So it's better that you take your money now, so that if they beat
whatever happens,
Majimi Sika, you understand?
Yeah.
And then that's it. Because the last thing I would want any African country to do is to repeat what Ghana did in 2014.
Yeah.
So the best time to take their money now, their money is now, and they are in order to take their money. Please, you can't owe somebody from 2019 and do like Charlie, you've forgotten and things. The 2019 money, they said, okay, it's okay, we've forgiven you. Then now you are owing them fresh money. They shouldn't ask for their money. Come on.
Super Eagles of Nigeria. Kawa, thank you very much for joining me on the show this morning. Super Eagles of Nigeria have it all to do in terms of negotiating to get their players to, bend a bit or maybe stick to their hard stance of taking their money before they get to training. We'll see how all of that plays out over the next few hours. The president of the NFF, Ibrahim Musa Gusau, definitely very, 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 very hot by now because Nigeria need that World Cup qualification ticket and quite a difficult route to go through, but well, we'll see how things pan out for them. That's a little matter of the U17 World Cup also, currently ongoing in Qatar. It's up to the round of 32. Yes, round of 32 is the next stage of the competition. Yesterday, final group matches saw almost all the African teams progress to the next stage of the competition. Africa presented 10 teams, and out of the 10, 9 have been able to make it to the round of 32. Ivory Coast unfortunately failed to progress, and this is what the pairings for the round of 32 looks like. You have Argentina versus Mexico, Portugal versus Belgium, Switzerland versus Egypt, Ireland versus Canada, USA versus Morocco, Zambia versus Mali. That's an all-African contest in there. All-Africa contest in there. Brazil versus Paraguay, France versus Colombia, Australia versus Tunisia, South Korea versus England, Venezuela versus North Korea, Japan versus South Africa, Italy versus Czech Republic, Croatia take on Uzbekistan, Senegal play Uganda. So there are 2 All-Africa games in there. And then there's Germany versus Burkina Faso. So straight shootout between Senegal and Uganda, another straight shootout between Zambia and Mali. But definitely you get to see one of these teams progress to the round of 16 of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup currently ongoing in Qatar. Tomorrow, hopefully, Kelvin Owusu-Ansah will be joining me on Sporty Breakfast as we get into a bit of what's happening in Qatar. And this is still the Sporty Breakfast live on Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, and 91.3 in Kumasi. I'm joined in studio by 2 gentlemen and a lady, a very beautiful lady, very sweet voice. as for the gentlemen, I know them. They are my friends. So, I'm joined in studio by members of the Rugby League Federation Ghana, and they have something very interesting to tell us. They have a competition coming up. It's the Tri-Nation Rugby League Festival, Rugby League Homecoming, and Nigeria will be featuring in that competition. Ghana will be featuring in that competition, and a club from USA will be joining us as well. Wow, promises to be an exciting 3-day event. They'll be talking a bit more about it, but let me introduce my guests in studio. As always, Jafaru Awudu Mustafa, General Manager, Rugby League Federation Ghana, joining me in studio this morning. Jafaru, good morning to you and welcome to Sporty Breakfast.
Good morning to all our listeners.
Great. And, okay, well, I should have started from the lady. Jacqueline Ansah is here with me. Jacqueline is a media liaison for the Rugby League Federation Ghana. Jacqueline, good morning to you and welcome to Sporty Breakfast.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Great. I like that. Can we take it again? Can we take it again?
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Great. I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And stop looking at me. Sporty plug, you don't have women on your show. So allow me. And Marshall Norte, Technical Director, Rugby League Federation, is also here with me. Marshall, good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning, Raymond.
Great. Yeah, Marshall always gives me the vibe. Well, Jafaru, why are you here this morning?
Okay, so Rugby League has been happening for some time now, and as a federation, we promise at the end of the year we'll be having our national teams play a tournament. November 23rd, we are having Nigeria and then Roots from the US coming down to play our men and then our women national team. We have been training for this. It's going to happen at the University of Ghana campus, the rugby field to be precise, and it's going to run from 23rd, that is a Sunday, 26th, a Wednesday, and then 30th, another Sunday. So these are the 3 days. It's not just games, it's a festival. That's why we've placed a festival at the back. So there's going to be music, there's going to be fun, there's going to be games, there's going to be a lot of activities around the place. For somebody who is new and says, it's not, I'm not too conversant with Rugby League, just come around, come and have fun. There'll be screening, medical screening, there'll be bouncy castle, there'll be fun, there'll be trampoline, everything game. There's going to be esports and all. So just come around and then come and have fun.
Right.
Let's call it a jamboree.
Yeah, jamboree. Right. Let me come to you, Marshall. I mean, this Tri-Nation Rugby League series, I'm sure this will be the first of its kind. I want to believe so. Yeah. How prepared is Team Ghana? But let me say, Jafar, let me commend you and your girls, because I watched your girls play Nigeria. Yeah, in a rugby game. Also, it was on Super Sport. It was a good one. Congratulations to you guys. You guys are doing everything possible to get rugby out there. I'm proud of you guys. But Marshall, Team Ghana, how ready are we for this competition? Because I mean, I saw the Nigerians blow away the Nigerian ladies blow away the Ghanaian girls. I mean, how well are you? How far have you gone with the preparation as far as this competition is concerned?
Fantastic. Thank you for the question, and listeners, we are glad you're listening to us. With regards to preparation, we are very prepared. I won't lie to you. We are very prepared. We are coming from a background of 2 losses to Nigeria on the men's side in 2019 and 2022. So this is a revenge. This is a make or break on the men's side. We've been able to draw up 2 solid teams, and this Sunday we're going to draw out 1 out of the 2. So it is very competitive. We have trained for this, and we are very prepared on the men's side. On the women's side, we've been with Nigeria. We've been in Nigeria last October. We've seen how they played. We've seen them at the World Series. But this time around, our ladies are saying that you are not running over us anymore. You're coming home. You're coming onto our soil, and we need to dominate. We need to put you to the ground. Right. So yes, our ladies are making it a 2 out of 2. Our gentlemen have also promised a 2 out of 2. Preparation top notch. All coaches are on the ground.
Right. Let me come to you, Jacqueline. I mean, it's a competition that definitely would shape Ghana Rugby League. It would get you to test yourself against some of the best teams. But what are you seeking to achieve? What are your expectations, and what are you seeking to achieve with this competition?
So first of all, the ranking, world ranking.
Okay.
Because whoever does well here, it moves you up the ladder. So that's our focus. Like, we need to put in the work to be able to move up the ladder. So for the women's side, yes, we are putting in all the work, like Marshall said. For the men's side, yes. So it's to push us up the ladder further, and then get ourselves acquainted with the game more, because we have new players. We have the kids coming in. So merging them with the team and everything, their chemistry and everything, this is an opportunity for us to test what we've created so far.
Right. I mean, I'm just a bit curious. How do you recruit the ladies into your team?
Okay, so
okay, Jafar will take that.
Yeah, we go to the senior high schools. Now, we were just picking from the universities and those who are interested. So we go to the senior high schools to talk to the schools and then adapt to them. We are in the Ashanti region, and then in the Greater Accra region, and then in the Central region. So this is where we are tapping from the senior high schools. They've played a lot of tournaments as we speak. And also as we speak, we are talking to Army HQ, that is the Army. Okay. They give us one player, Lance Corporal Marama, who went with us to Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes, she'll be playing this year too. So thanks to Kenakoto and W. Smith for what they are doing for rugby league. They are giving us the opportunity to work within the Army and then get players out there to be able to play the game. You know, with the Army, there's discipline, there's strength, there's everything. It's a game made for the Army, I can say. So we are tapping from the senior high schools, the military, and then the basic schools, basically.
Right. So how did you come by your player? She has quite a build, you know. I think she's one of your biggest players.
And I think that's the Army lady.
That's the Army lady.
Oh, that's the Army lady.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Lance Corporal Marama.
Yeah, like she's really cut for the game. I saw pictures of her, her stature.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know. Wow.
So that's the military lady in the team, and we are still in talks. Very soon we'll be getting a lot more.
Right. So let me come back to Jacqueline. How significant is this? Is it for Ghana to be hosting a competition like this? You're hosting Nigeria, hosting roots from USA. How big is it for you?
It's very big. And for us to even play on the home soil, like the fan base, you know that everybody's behind you, and you bringing all these people on board, it means a lot. It means you are doing something good and they are ready to tap into it. So yes, bringing them on board, very big for us. Like the fun, like everybody coming to watch what we've been doing so far. Because it feels like when it's just us, people think, it's just rugby league. But this is bringing Nigeria, bringing roots. Okay, what is happening? Like it just to draw their attention more.
Yeah.
So it's very big for us, and we are very excited to host them. Like we are ready for them.
Right. So in terms of the games or the matches that we should look forward to, if I'm a fan and I'm coming there, which players should I look out for? What should I look out for when I'm coming? As for me, I'm looking out for the Army lady, the player. Yeah, she's the reason why I'm coming there. I'm going to watch it. One man supporter. So what should fans look out for? Which players should they look out for when they come to the Legon Rugby Park?
Well, thankfully, on the ladies'
Rugby
team,
stadium. Yeah, it's a stadium.
Yes. Stadium. Thankfully, on the ladies' team, you have one seated right in front of you.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Ansah. She will be pulling the strings from the middle of the field. She is one of the spines of the field, so of the team. So she will be pulling the strings from there. You should be looking out for her. There's also Hilaria Waku. She is also a bulldozer in her own right. Yes. So you should be waiting to see some big hits and then people cheering. And when you hear the cheer, you know that Hills has done it. There's also Mariama Dauda, who your favorite.
Yes, my favorite.
Your favorite.
Yes, my favorite.
Yes, who will also be on the field putting in 120% in order to carry us through and ensure that we win the game. On the men's side, there are very fantastic players. The captain himself, Freddy Kaliba, he's been exceptional. He's been fantastic over the years. You can't ask for any better captain than him at this point in time, keeping the guys together. There are other fantastic players. We have Bless Mensah, we have the likes of Collins, Ofosu, and the rest. Fortunately, we are going to have two also coming from, one from Australia and then another from the the UK. So Louis Boy will be coming from the UK, and then Levi Osei will come from Australia. Levi has been with the team, and he was with the team in 2022.
Oh, so you have foreign-based players as well.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes,
wow.
Louis he was supposed to have been with the team in 2022, but it didn't happen. But this time around, he says, "I'm coming back home. I'm going to make it count."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Has your captain recovered?
Yes, he's ready.
Yeah, he's recovered.
He's back. He's up and doing.
Because the last time I saw him, he was carrying an injury.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think we left. There's a lady also coming from Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Mary.
Oh, then you have a star-studded team.
Yeah, I even realized the US guys have one Ghanaian lady in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so should be playing for the US team.
So hopefully you can get her to naturalize for. Okay.
Exactly.
You know, initially I didn't know Jacqueline was playing. I didn't know Hillary too was playing. So I'm coming to watch Jacqueline and Hillary and Mariama. So I'm coming for the ladies.
She scored our try in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. It was a tough game.
Yeah, very, very tough.
You were well beaten.
the first game, the first game was expected because we had a lot of new players in there. But the second game was closer, and I think this time is going to be better.
Right. Jafar, since you are hosting, I mean, I'm sure you are getting support from possibly corporate Ghana and some partners. You really want to talk about them and
so
call for more.
Yeah, I was going to start with more. Because as a young federation pulling something like this off, men, women with 3 nations, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So first, thanks to Polytank Bayfort, 360 Education, and then we are trying to get Chicken Man, Pizza Man in there. All these people are coming on board to make it happen, and I think we would like to thank them for looking our way, Jibu for providing us water. But we want more. Because, for example, Team Ghana is not camping. We are coming from home to play.
Okay.
Yeah, because the cost is very, very huge. In the Ashanti region too, Shamo, but this man is pulling a lot of strings to make the Ashanti. They are coming. The students from Ashanti region are coming. Right. They'll be playing on Sunday, and then they'll be playing Greater Accra. So it's not only about the internationals. There's a game for boys and girls, Ashanti region versus Greater Accra. They said next year they are putting a car on it. So yeah, but this year it's going to be something big. So we want to thank everybody who is helping. We are calling on government to come in. Mr. Abufanka is doing a lot. He's giving us a letter to go to places. But I think we will need the minister and everybody to help us. We are dreaming big. And I think we didn't add this. We are vying for full membership with the international body. And this is one of the little criteria to get us there. Jackie will also be officiating a match on that day. Marshall will also be officiating.
So
I hope you are fair on the day.
Yeah.
Very.
To add to that, actually, it is basically our sign off into level 2 match officials, our final accreditation tests, and also our level 1 educator status. So it's a big thing for us as match officials, as players, as a country Ghana, because once we are able to sort this out, then we are in a very good position to gain our full membership as part of the global body. So it's a cocktail of things happening at the same time, and we are glad that we are part of history and we are part of making it happen.
So, having spoken about the event, when is it happening and where?
So, November 23rd, 26th, and 30th at the University of Ghana Rugby Stadium.
Okay, so let's take the dates again.
November 23rd.
Okay.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday. November 26th, it's a Wednesday.
Okay.
November 30th, it's a Sunday.
Okay.
It's all happening at the University of Ghana.
So that'll be the final day?
Yes.
Okay.
The jamboree.
Okay.
I think Masha didn't say something. This level 2 thing gets us to be educators to teach other countries. So they can be able to teach. Masha just went to Italy to go and officiate. And that is the opportunities it opens. There's World Cup coming out next year, and I'm very sure I'm praying for the 2 of them to go and officiate at the World Cup.
Oh, wow. Yes. Wow. Where's the World Cup going to be?
Australia.
Okay, but Ghana would not be in.
No, we didn't qualify. Nigeria went, but they were beaten by Fiji. Yeah.
Fiji?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay.
it's that big. It's that big, yes.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are not looking in our direction because they think it's just Ghana and Africa. No. Nigeria beat Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And the Nigerians are that good, huh?
Yes. They brought almost 5 players from the UK and Australia. It's not something, it's like how the Black Star and the football and all
you bring your foreign
players.
players.
So a a lot of people are watching. We have a lot of players in the Super League. We have a lot of opportunities in there. So we call on corporate Ghana. This is an untapped area. I think the person who takes it first is going to get a lot of vibrant boys and a lot of vibrant girls to put something big. So please come around and come and help.
Right. Jacqueline, final words to your fans out there.
Please come out in your numbers. Come and watch us. Come and support us. There'll be merch. You can get your T-shirts, some other souvenirs you want to take home. Like, take rugby league home. That's the message.
Right. Marshall?
Well, we're doing our sponsor a player. It will take as little as 1,500 to sponsor a player.
I know the player will sponsor.
Wow.
Yes, you can sponsor 2 players, and then you get one of these fantastic replica.
Okay.
We're getting our new jersey, so fantastic replica of the jerseys as well. So that is what we are calling for people out there to do. They should come support us. Esports Association of Ghana, they've been with us, fantastic group of people, Kwesi and the team, and then Creative Pad, they have supported us. Everybody who has supported us in kind, we really do appreciate their efforts.
Jafar, your last word.
Okay, so come November 30th, Ghana is going to make history. I'm calling on corporate Ghana and everybody to support us now when we need it, because by November 30th, the whole world is going to hear about us. Thank you.
Right. Let me say a big thank you to you, Jafaru Awudu Mustafa, General Manager, Rugby League Federation Ghana, Marshall Norte, Technical Director, Rugby League Federation Ghana, and Jacqueline Ansa, Media Liaison, Rugby League Federation Ghana. A big thank you to you all for joining us on the show. And let me say a big thank you to Hilary Waku. She's also in here. She doesn't want to talk today. Today she's busy on the cameras and all. So, Hilary, a big thank you to you for joining us on the show this morning as well. So we've been talking about the Tri-Nation Rugby League Festival. The Rugby League Homecoming would feature Nigeria, Ghana, and roots from the United States of America. Competition would kick off on the 23rd of November through 26th to 30th of November 2025. And each day, it's from 12 noon to 6 p.m. The competition will be taking place at the University of Ghana Rugby Stadium. It's 3 days, 3 nations, and 1 homecoming. Promises to be exciting, and so mark the date on your calendar. We are doing rugby on 23rd, 26th, and 30th of November 2025. A big thank you to our listeners for joining us on the show this morning. Let me say a big thank you to the entire production team, Flyboy Nima, Immortal Ijakwa Champon, Fidelity.